Here we are, about ready to leave. It's 1:10 p.m. and the kayak is inflated, and as you see, we're just off the campsite. Up here is the campsite, and some kind soul has made a path down to the shore that's easily navigable. Here we are on the water. You can see the A-liner back there in the distance, and over to the side, the bathhouse. That's site number 58, which has to be one of the best in the whole park system. The lake is low now, so the shoreline is covered with red. Over here, we'll see that island up close. It isn't an island right now, since it has sort of a causeway over to the shore. We're out over past the point, going around those beautiful campsites on Loop 2 in the 50s, headed over toward the inlet where I was parked earlier on Site 44, and across the inlet you can see campsite number 2. Here's a part of the shore that's sandy, just like a beach. I wonder if that sand was trucked in or if it's natural in that area. I've seen this in several areas on the shoreline of Lake Hartwell and Lake Thurmond. We're closing in on this former island now. That looks like a nice sandy beach. I'll bet the swimmers and sunbathers like to come out here to rest, and what a nice place to have a picnic. Usually from a boat, but these days, with the water down 5 feet in the lake, anyone could walk. Danger shallow water. Shallow indeed. That must be for when the lake is normal. Look at that shoreline. We're out around the point now, and you have a good view of the pavilion and the park office there in the distance. Over here, the land comes out for another one of those shallow water warnings. Well, at least that one's underwater at its base. There are a few fishermen over there. One probably going toward his favorite spot. Those standing in the boat, happy with where they are. Over in this direction, you can see several of the islands that populate this lake. Each one of them is numbered, and you can buy a chart that gives their numbers. I rely on a GPS and a map, but that's another way to navigate, I suppose, if you get lost. We're over in the inlet, just in front of the park office. And here you can see that beautiful pavilion building. Imagine having your corporate board meeting there, or even a family reunion. It would be terrific, especially when the lake is up a bit more. Though I find it nice and more interesting as it is. Here's a view from the water of those picnic shelters, the playground, and the park office. Again, the lake is down several feet, so we have a long sloping shore. But normally, it will come right up to where you see the green. What a nice place. Maybe I'll go in there and have lunch. shore of Lake Hartwell, just at the park office. I stopped in here to go up to the pavilion to have a nice lunch. Only a couple of bananas and some water, but it was very nice. Talked with park manager James Christie a while there. Here's what a former ranger at Sadlers Creek State Park described as Sunset Point. According to him, some of the most dramatic sunset photos can be taken from right at the tip of that point. I'll have to give it a try. Here's that same point from a little closer in. This gives a good view of the shoreline and how the water affects the rocks and the soil underneath. Now there's a pine tree about to give up the ghost. Here we are out nearly to the point in front of the park office. The wind has picked up a little bit. I probably should head back on in. But have a look at these islands out here. And over here is a larger one. I'll bet folks camp on that island. Maybe tomorrow we can have a look. That's a jet ski out there. Not my choice of water transportation, but I'll bet it's a lot of fun. Look here, he's slowed down considerably, probably to avoid putting a wake over on the kayak. Ah, what a sight. If you're not careful, all of these inlets look pretty much alike from this far out. But that over there definitely is the campground. I'm headed for it. How do I know? The GPS. Now the front of the A-liner is visible. We're going in the right direction.